Here, leave from your seats. Follow our social media pages and be sure to tag us on Instagram and Twitter. We love seeing your pictures and interacting with you. We appreciate your support and thank you for coming to today's meeting. Let's go Tigers!
And now for George Washington University. Kendall Whitman, Casey Burke, Deja Shevlin, Nora Hausman, Kylie Kesmirski, Gabby Lopez, Marley York, Annalise Silverman, Rachel Katz, Sarah Zoyce, Anna Munnelly, Diana Sharonetta, Maddie McMullen, Peyton Lynch, Libby Garfield, and Nancy Tyner. Assistant coaches in the Colonials are Towson and Stephanie Coach Morel. And the head coach of the Colonials is Margie Foster Cunningham.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Towson Sports Network. I'm former Towson gymnast Tandy Knight, here on a Wednesday in CQ Arena with Towson Women's Gymnastics. Tonight, on this National Women and Girls in Sports Day, we welcome Eagle foe George Washington University to a dual meet. Joining me is another alum and former Tiger gymnast, Zoe Packard. Zoe, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. It's the middle of the week, but we're going to bring the energy for the Tigers tonight.
Exactly. Every Towson home competition supports a cause, and tonight's theme is Pride, supporting the fight for justice, inclusion, and equality for the LGBTQI+ community. Towson recognizes the importance of using their platform to show that everyone is deserving of dignity and respect. Zoe, how important is it for schools, Towson, other sports teams to really reach out beyond their sport and support different causes?
Of course, yeah. I think especially when you're at a university and you're a college athlete, you have this platform, and it's important to use that platform for important causes like this one we are tonight. And I think Towson does an excellent job of reaching out beyond. These ladies are way more than just athletes. They're students, they're members of our community, and they are going to do their part to make sure everyone in the community knows that they are welcome, they are loved, and they are supported.
I agree. I love that part of this. And I feel like a lot of schools and universities, sports programs embrace this now, and it's so wonderful to see. So Towson is coming off of a quad competition on Sunday at West Virginia, where they came in second, scoring a 196.025, their season high. Still early in the season, but scoring 196 this early in the season is very encouraging. Tonight's competition, though, is a quick turnaround. Zoe, how hard is it to gear up for another meet with only 2 days to prepare?
So usually what happens is you'll compete on. For this instance, we competed on Sunday, and then Monday is actually an off day. And then yesterday, I'm assuming they probably just did a little bit of a walkthrough. So they haven't really done a lot of practice in the past 2 days. So you have to think about, with West Virginia, it was a 3-hour bus ride there. They competed, and then another 3-hour bus ride back. So that takes a lot on your body. And so really the past 48 hours for them has just been about recovery, letting your bodies heal, getting mentally prepared to compete again on the Wednesday. And luckily after tonight, they'll have the rest of the week to kind of get back in the gym and make those little fixes. But unfortunately, for the past 48 hours, I doubt they've done much to work on the big major problems.
Well, I know something they have done within the last 48 hours, and that's start classes again as
Yes,
well.
that
So
is
you
for
added
sure.
that part. Their winter break is officially over. School is back in session. And so, it is the life of a college athlete, the juggle between your sport and your academics. And we are fortunate to have such a great group of student athletes here at Towson. So, as I had mentioned, the season high team score at West Virginia with a 196.025, 11th highest score in school history. I'm loving seeing this so early. And in particular, they again really just went all out on bars, scoring a 49.35, second highest team bar score in history. I feel that they have really kind of found their groove on that event already, and we've got a freshman leading the way in Bella Minervini, scoring 9 nines, named Eagle Rookie of the Week for the second time already in the season that's only 4 weeks in.
Impressive.
So impressive. And in the Eagle, we'll rank third as a team and first in bars.
Yep, that's for sure.
So a lot of exciting things have happened over the first 3 competitions of the season. And going into tonight, looking forward to seeing how they hopefully improve. So the Tigers head coach is Jay Ramirez, joined by associate head coach Ashley Sauer. They are assisted by former Towson gymnast Jazz Kaufman. So Zoe, we're getting ready for the 4th meet of the season. What do you think Jay and Ashley are focusing on tonight?
I think tonight is just about cleaning up those little details. Again, I don't expect stuck landings quite this early, but I think we're looking for consistency. Every meet, especially over the weekend, we did get that 196, and I know Jay and Ashley want to continue to get those 196s, so I think at this point, we just have to keep doing what we're doing and then make those little improvements as the season goes along.
Sounds like a good game plan. So tonight, Towson will start on vault. We are going to do what is called head-to-head competition since there's only two teams here tonight. GW will start on bars. For those of you who are new to our broadcast, we will show every Towson routine and do our best to show George Washington routines as often as possible. Tonight should be much easier than when we have 4 teams here to juggle back and forth. So Towson's lineup on vault tonight is Adriana Hoffman, Jenna Wheat, Lauren Bolin, Mia Davis, Cami Vitov, Polina Belanovsky, and I believe we have an exhibition with Felicia Pobletti. So Zoe, we've had to replace one of our top vaulters due to injury. So how does Towson adjust to that lineup change?
To be completely honest, I think after the injury happened on Sunday, I didn't even realize who went in for the injured athlete. And I think that just speaks to the depth of this team. We have people in those exhibition spots that are ready to be in lineup at any given moment. So I think they're ready. I don't think we'll see any major changes at this point.
All right, we are getting ready. The touch is over. Towson will start on vault, again with Adriana Hoffman.
A nice Yurchenko full to start. Piked it down just a little bit at the end, but was very clean throughout the entire thing.
Didn't need to pike it down. She had really nice amplitude off of there. And she's quite short in stature. I'm always impressed with the short gymnast that gets so much amplitude. I was a tall gymnast. I feel like it should have been easier for me, although I had no power, so that was a whole nother issue. And Adriana's a freshman. She is the one who actually filled in at the last minute at West Virginia for Elise. So it's great to see that confidence in a freshman coming out so strong and starting us off on this event. And we should be getting ready for George Washington on bars. Starting off is Annalise Silverman.
There we go.
Sorry about that. Very clean handstand. Ooh, a little sloppy on that full into the dismount. Big step on the landing. Good routine, not great routine. And up next on vault for the Tigers, Jenna Wheat.
Jenna's going to do the same vault that we just saw Adriana do. So it's a Yurchenko full. You're going to hear us talking a lot about the start value. So for vault, the Yurchenko full is a 995. Yurchenko 1.5 is a 10.0 start value. So Jenna's going to start at that 995 score, and then will be deducted from there instead of that 10.0.
So even if she does a perfect vault, the highest she can get is a 995.
Exactly.
I think this is a new leotard for Towson, and I'm really loving it from the front. I haven't seen it from the back yet, but I'm loving the front. It almost looks like tiger slashes, like a tiger has clawed through.
Very clean vault in the air, but did have a pretty significant step back when she landed. So if I had to guess, that's going to be a 10th or 2 just on the landing.
Yeah, easily. And just so you know, where Zoe and I sit, we have difficulty seeing the scores, so we will update you with scores as soon as we get them in. We try and catch up at some point. So up next on bars for George Washington is Rachel Katz.
Got a little bit of an eagle battle tonight. GW's
right.
not very far from Towson.
So even though it's a Wednesday night, we're getting a little bit of a crowd in here. I see a lot of students coming in, a lot of parents. And here we go for bars, Rachel Katz. Very nice clean on both of those handstands. Oh no. She was slightly short on that overshoot, but looks like she just lost her grip, peeled off. That's just one of those weird things. It'll never happen again, but I'm glad she's okay. She could have landed in a really precarious position there on the back of her head. She luckily kind of bounced right out of it. So gymnasts have 30 seconds to get back on the bar. During that time, their coach can talk to them. They can chalk up, take a breath. A little short on that handstand. Big release move with some form breaks with that. Again, a little short on that handstand. Gearing up for her dismount. Full in. Ooh, landed with straight legs. She kind of peeled off on that a little. Was really far out. Not the routine she wanted. But I'm glad it doesn't appear that she got hurt. That fall could have, even though it was a silly fall, could have been dangerous.
This is Lauren Bolin. Another Yurchenko fold, another pretty significant step on the landing. And those landings are things that we want to see improve as the season goes on.
Yeah, so as you were saying, because this vault doesn't even start from a 10-0, we need to do this vault as perfectly as possible. And in the air, the amplitude, the distance they get, they're doing great. It's those landings every time. So on bars, Silverman for GW went 9-7. And we'll get you some vault scores. Adriana Hoffman, 9-8. Jenna Weeks, 9-7. And we'll get you Lauren Boland's score in a moment. So up next for GW on bars is Deja Chambliss.
And Deja is a graduate student at GW, so props to her. I'm currently in grad school, and I don't know how anybody does gymnastics on top of grad school, so props to you.
And Deja's been a standout for GW her entire career.
She really has.
I mean, it has been a joy to watch her over these past 4 or 5 years through COVID. You know, it's amazing what a lot of these gymnasts have, their entire college career has been COVID. So it's really impressive. Gets that first handstand, and again with the free hip, right into its kacha. Beautiful. A little form break there. Little leg separation, nothing major. Gearing up for her dismount. Giant full, right into a double tuck. A little under-rotated, had to step forward. Pretty clean routine otherwise. And up next for the Tigers on vault, Mia Davis.
Huge Yurchenko full. She gets so much distance off of the table.
She does. It's awesome. She was a little off center on the table, so you saw on the landing. For those of you who have watched gymnastics for years, college gymnastics particularly, and you're like, why are there white stripes on the vault landing mat now? So they're kind of following what international rules down, and you can sort of go out of bounds now on vault. So I think they're kind of going to ease people into it, not necessarily take a huge deduction yet, but she was a little off center. Otherwise, gorgeous vault again. She has a lot of power. And up next on bars for GW is Libby Garfoot. Lauren Bolin on vault for the Tigers went 9.75. A little short on that handstand. Beautiful Ginga right into an overshoot. That gives her bonus points. Short again on that handstand. Full in, and that's the landing you're looking for. Beautiful routine for Libby. And up next on vault for the Tigers, we have Cami Vitoff.
I believe Cammie's also going to do a Yurchenko full, even though she is capable of doing a 1.5. Cammie is taking care of some injuries at the moment, so I'm sure we'll see that later on during the season.
So pretty.
Beautiful. So clean,
Yeah.
pops off the table.
Laid out, doesn't pike down at all. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And let's see, Rachel Katz went 9.125 on bars with that fall and big step on her landing. Deja Chambliss went 9.75. And 9.675 for Mia Davis on vault for the Tigers. I feel like that's a little low. They might have kind of deducted for her being really off center like that because it was a really clean vault otherwise. So up next on bars for George Washington is Maddie McMullen. George Washington has been, they're such a consistently good team every year. They won Eagle Championships last year.
They did.
Kind of came out from nowhere to do that. They were struggling all year long and just put it all together at Eagle Championships. They won a few years ago as well. They're always up there, consistent, in the fight, in the hunt. Tkachev. Not very much amplitude over the bar there with that. Toe shoot to hand, into a pack salto, little form break. So every routine has a rhythm. She definitely has a slower, more methodical rhythm on bars. There's no deduction or anything for that. She was short on that last handstand, setting up for a double layout. She really whipped that around and had to pike it down. That should be a deduction. Pretty clean otherwise. And last up on the vault for the Tigers, Polina Belanovsky, freshman. Oh, wow.
I just love her lines.
Oh, her lines.
She's a little bit of a taller gymnast, so she just kind of floats in the air, but she keeps her legs glued together.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
The long legs, the long arms. Yes, love it. Nice clean vault. You'll see a replay here of that. Oh, well, we saw it in the air. We didn't see the landing. And Cami Vitoff went 9.775 on vault for the Tigers. So right now we're looking to drop the 9.675. And up next on bars for George Washington is Casey Burke. So I was mentioning, for years now, George Washington has always been a really solid team, and you have to give credit to their head coach, Margie Foster Cunningham. 38 years coaching at George Washington. When I competed at Towson, and I don't want to say when that was, but let's just say it was a long time ago in a different century, Margie was the coach at George W. at the time, a new coach. And it's so great to see her. I always love seeing her every meet. Ooh, a little over on that handstand.
But fought through it.
That would be a deduction, but better than a fall. Overshoot to handstand, hits that handstand. A little short on that last handstand. Giant full, some little form breaks there. Little under rotated on that. Landed with her chest pretty low, slight step forward. Clean routine. Not a perfect routine, but sometimes on a Wednesday you just need to get through it.
Yep, and especially when you're trying to prevent having to count a fall, I think they'll take it.
Yeah. And so we have an exhibition on vault for the Tigers. So an exhibition means the gymnast gets to compete. The score will not count. It's Felicia Pobletti.
Good. Yeah, so her chest was a little low, but that is a 10-0 start value. So if we can get it to the point where she's landing with her chest up, I think that could make it in the lineup one day.
I think so. So you see here, she actually does a full-on to the vaulting table and what's called a pike souk off. As you said, it's a 10-0 start value. I think one of the areas they're going to get her is she doesn't quite get that full all the way around before she hits the vaulting table, so that's probably a little bit of a deduction. Other than that, it's a super clean vault, and I would love to see it in the lineup. Okay, so we are finishing up the first rotation. We will head to a break and bring you the updated scores when we come back. Stay tuned to the Towson Sports Network.
Because she takes really good pictures
Yeah.
and sponsors stuff. So.
Showing up the award now. Contestants earn points by answering trivia questions. Answer the four questions last 10 seconds. The faster you answer the four questions will be the winner. We'll start the game shortly to allow fans to enter. Under Armour is proud of athletics. The world's most innovative uniforms, footwear, and accessories. See Under Armour's full range of performance gear now at urated.com. This is your partner. Great food, great service, great times. Get your trifecta of happiness at Chick-fil-A in Towson. Located in the heart of the fourth quarter of the third floor of Towson Town Center. We're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. We now offer doorstep delivery along with other expanding curbside and catering options. Download the Chick-fil-A app and place your order today. Your partner touch begins now. The Towson Gymnastics team returns to the CQ Arena next Friday, February 10th for a quad meet. The North Carolina State Bullpack, the Temple Owls, and the Pittsburgh Panthers. The meet is scheduled to begin at 6 p.m. For tickets, open at TowsonTigers.com. For a call, at 704-3330 or 3335. All right, fans, it's now time for the new trivia game for this evening, sponsored by Food Line. People who signed up by pulling on your smartphones while jumping in, dominate to entering the game code will get tonight's contestants. For now, the last thing you know the correct answer, from all points you can accumulate, good luck to everyone. All right, so here we go. Our first question is, what high school did Paige Casper
They're pretty
attend?
good on ball.
IMG Academy, Crawford High School, Small High School, or Dunbar High School. That's right, it's Arnold High School. Okay, let's go. Question 2, what was Towson Gymnastics conference record last season? Is it 7-2, 6-2, 4, 5, and 4?
6 and 3.
The right answer is 7-2. All right, question number 3. What is Laura Bolden's favorite movie? Star Wars, White Chicks, 21 Jump Street, or Legally Blonde? Correct answer is Legally Blonde. County team is still in first place after 3 questions. Question number 4. What year is Carmela Calafani? Freshman, senior, junior, sophomore.
Hello, we're ready to go back in when you are.
Correct answer is her first year. She's a freshman.
Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight alongside Zoe Packard here at CQ Arena for Towson Women's Gymnastics. After the first rotation, Towson has a 48.85 in first place, GW with a 48.4. Zoe, what are your thoughts after the first rotation?
Yeah, I think, Towson's been very consistent on vault. We've been hovering around that 9.7, 9.75 pretty much since the season started. So I think, especially now that they're going to have a couple days to get back in the gym and put some more work into these vaults, I think Jay and Ashley are just going to look for the vaults just to be bigger. I want to see them rise off the table, and then finding those landings is going to be key because we don't have any 10-0 start values currently in the vault lineup. So we have to make those Yurchenko fulls as perfect as we can get them.
I agree, 100%. So this second rotation will feature Towson on bars and George Washington on vault. Again, we're doing head-to-head. Towson's bar lineup tonight is sophomore Lauren Keener, sophomore Clara Hong, Lauren Green, Grace Valancourt, Steph Makasu, Isabella Minervini, and it looks like we have a couple exhibitions with Polina Belanovsky and Amanda Petticelli. On vault for George Washington, we have Sarah Zoe, Rachel Katz, Marley York, Deja Chambliss, Kendall Whitman, Hannah Manelli, and Gabby Lopez. So as we mentioned earlier, Towson has really stepped up their game on bars this season. They are currently ranked 14th in the nation, which is just amazing. We're a pretty young lineup with some very exciting skills. One of the things I love about Towson bars is the routines are all a little different. There's not this cookie cutter routine that for many years you saw a lot of teams doing. And they really seem to have found their groove on bars, which, again, as I'd mentioned in the previous broadcast, was one of their weaker events over the past few seasons. And they have really just come out gangbusters this year.
They really have.
So excited. And obviously what we're looking for tonight is them to, hit these exciting release moves, hit those handstands, and stick the landings. That's what we're always looking for. And we've really been impressed with freshman Bella Minervini on bars this season. She does a beautiful release combination that gives her bonus points. And I think one of the things I've noticed across the board with Towson's lineup on bars, they're all very clean. There isn't, there aren't a lot of form breaks, leg separations, things like that. First up on vault. And that was Sarah Zoe for George Washington, Yurchenko full. And first up for the Tigers on bars, sophomore Lauren Keener.
And one thing I love about this bar lineup is they attack every routine. They are not holding back, and they're going to go after each and every one of those handstands.
Exactly, and they're right there connecting two release moves, gives her bonus tense in that routine. Very nice, finishing that on top of the bar, sticking the landing. Big hug from Coach Jay.
Really no better way to start off a lineup, if you ask me.
Lauren is so clean, and again, we mentioned earlier about rhythm. She has such a smooth rhythm on bars. It's very purposeful. Mm-hmm. She just goes and does her routine. She knows how to do her job as the lead-off every week. Gorgeous. So up next on vault for George Washington is Rachel Katz.
And the vault before this did go 9.875, so a really big start for GW on vault. A Yurchenko half, and I don't think people understand how difficult it is to land facing that direction on vault. You have so much momentum, and for her she was so close to that stuck landing, just took the smallest step. That is so hard to do.
At that point, it's all body awareness and muscle memory.
Yep.
That was beautiful. Someone in the NCAA who does it perfectly every time, Trinity Thomas. I can't stop talking about Trinity Thomas. I'm sorry. She competes for Florida. We love all gymnasts, so we don't discriminate here. And if anyone gets a chance, Google some of her or YouTube some of her routines. You will be mesmerized. All right, but back to Towson and CQ Arena. Up next on bars for the Tigers is Clara Hong.
Looks like Lauren Keener went 9.85.
Beautiful Pike Jaeger. Hits that handstand on the overshoot. And again there. Going for a dismount. Oh! I'm sorry. If that doesn't go 9-9 or higher, I'm going to go over and ask those judges if they need glasses. That was a stunning routine. She dropped that in. That couldn't have been any prettier. There's nothing else to say. There were no form breaks. She hit every handstand, every connection, stuck the landing. GW on vault.
Another Yurchenko full, very clean. Again, just that small step on the landing.
And that was Marley York, sorry. We were so overwhelmed by Towson's bar routine. I got a little lost there.
And I love to see GW come back after a little bit of a rough start on bars. To see them coming out strong on vault is good to see.
Really strong. And up next for the Tigers on bars is Lauren Green. A little bit of a delay here. Here we go. Lauren does this beautiful move called an endo or a reverse Stalder, right into a pike Jaeger, into her overshoot. Oh, what a combination. Gorgeous Stalder work, right into her dismount. Oh, slight step on the landing. That'll be a 10th deduction at least. Otherwise, beautifully clean routine. She's so smooth.
She just floats up to that handstand.
Oh, I know. I love it.
And really, other than that step on the landing, I did not see very many deductions in that routine.
Not at all. Deja Chambliss on vault.
Oh, just so beautiful. She flares it out at the end.
Love it.
Just that small hop. But she has been a staple in that vault lineup her entire career at GW.
And then you see Lauren giving Grace some encouraging words. Coach Jay. So up next on bars for the Tigers, junior Grace Valancourt. I'll give you some scores real quick. Lauren Keener, 9.85 on bars. Clara Hong, 9.925. On vault, we have a 9.8 for Zoe, 9.825 for Katz, and 9.775 for York for GW. Grace hitting that first handstand. Super high Jaeger right into her overshoot. She was a little close on that Jaeger. Really impressive that she pulled out that overshoot with not much momentum. Hits that handstand there, getting ready for her dismount. Double way out, and again, that is what we are looking for with the landings tonight.
That is the definition of a stuck landing.
And stayed really stretched. Here's the replay throughout. She has one of the prettiest double layouts. Gets that rise on the second summy. Lands with her arms already up. I just love that. Really drills it into the floor. Gorgeous. All right, and we're going to go back to vault with Kendall Whitman for George Washington.
And she's going to do an interesting vault. So she's going to do a front handspring onto the table, or onto the springboard, and then go forward onto the table.
This is one of those I like to see in slow-mo. And then front half off. She had a really big leg separation as she was coming off the vault. The judges where they're sitting might not really be able to see that. You might see it here in the replay. But as you see, she enters different than everyone else. A front handspring, and there's that big leg separation. But front half off in a pike position. Big step on the landing. When she nails that vault, though, you can't beat that.
And it's such a unique vault, too. It's kind of nice to have a little bit of a break from Thyrychenko Foles.
Yeah, it is. So up next on bars, Steph Makasu, sophomore for the Tigers. Gorgeous first handstand, beautiful. And another nice handstand there. Big pack salto. A little short on that last handstand. And short again there, going into her dismount. Sticks the landing though, there we go.
I love her reactions too.
They're the best. So, a couple deduction there. It wasn't a perfect routine, but really close. Just a few little, I'm nitpicking at this point.
And
that landing seals it.
She has been battling a little bit of an illness this week.
Yeah, I did talk to her earlier because I went to give her a hug and she goes, nope, stay back. I have a cold. So, good job for her. And Hannah Manelli on vault for George Washington.
Another Yurchenko half, a good size step on the landing, but otherwise very clean in the air.
Very clean in the air. Really nice straight the whole way through. So we've got freshman Bella Minervi up next on bars for the Tigers.
It looks like Grace Valancourt went 9.825 on her bar routine.
I don't know about that.
It's a little picky. But other than the one release where she caught a little bit close, I didn't see too many deductions in that routine.
Bella goes right into a Tkachev, directly into a pack salto. Gorgeous. Hits that handstand. Gearing up for her dismount. Beautiful double layout. Slight hop on the landing. Maybe 5 years ago they would have given that as a stick to her. I called it the college stick and shuffle, the stick and slide. But the judges are really cracking down. They have to. These gymnasts are getting so good, so they've got to find the tiniest of mistakes. But another beautiful routine from the freshman. So it looks like we have an exhibition on vault for GW, and that would be Gabby Lopez.
And GW was really lights out during their vault rotation.
Yeah. Deja Chambliss went 9.875, and Whitman went 9.8.
So really great comeback from them from their rough start on bars. Stuck landing, yeah.
That's a stick in anybody's textbook. So that was a Yurchenko tuck pull. And we do have an exhibition on bars for the Tigers. And this is freshman Polina Belanovsky. So again, we mentioned earlier, exhibition gives the gymnast an opportunity to sort of practice in a competition, get in front of judges, see how it scores, feel the pressure of being in a competition. And it helps the coaches decide, especially if they need to fill in for an injury or illness. They know what they have in their back pocket. Gorgeous release move there with the Tkachev. Setting up for her dismount. Full in. She landed already smiling. She knew she was going to stick that right from the start.
I can't believe that's our exhibition bar routine.
I know. Here
that
it is
was
again.
Gorgeous.
So high. Yes. Especially for freshmen to get the experience out on this competition floor in front of the judges, feeling the excitement, feeling the pressure. So while GW is done on vault, Tigers still have one more exhibition on bars, and that will be Amanda Petticelli. So Amanda has battled injuries throughout her career with Towson, finally feeling really good and healthy and kind of getting back into that groove of competing again. She has a great bar routine. Excited to see her do it tonight out on the exhibition, as an exhibition. Get some more practice under her belt in case we need her for competition.
It looks like Polina went 9.8 also, and that's our exhibition routine, so super exciting to have that.
Here we go. Nice Hindorf. Little close. Big pack salto. Short on that handstand there. Little loosey-goosey going into her dismount. Oh, she just under-rotated. Again, this routine does not count in towards our final score at all. It just gives Amanda an opportunity to practice, kind of get the feel for competition. So as we go into the next rotation, Towson finishes bars with a 49.275, just a little shy of what they did last week. Bella went 9.825, Steph Makasu 9.85. GW went 49.1 on vault. And right now, halfway through the competition, Towson has a 98.125, GW has a 97.5. So that does it for our second rotation, and we'll bring you scores when we come back. Stay tuned to the Towson Sports Network.
She was a 3 full step. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That pisses me off. I'd say half a 10. She should have been 985, They're strong on floor also.
We stop every single week this week.
Triple? I saw her doing it during warm-ups too, and I couldn't figure it out either. I I think it's supposed to be a triple.
She is very good at food. I like the front of the sleeve. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that.
With the cutouts. I know, it's just like it bulges out.
Yeah, like
I
if
do
it
like
was
the
like
front.
solid black, I would like it.
Seeing our opponents on our former Towson Athletics in the police uniform. And you get a handwriting form to the 10.
Okay, ready?
Now in 2 locations, seeing our opponent great women's race.
Thanks for tuning into the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight with Zoe Packard here at CQ Arena. So we're halfway through the women's gymnastics competition. Towson's in the lead with a 98.125. George W. Right behind with, GW, or George Washington with a 97.5. The third rotation will feature Towson on beam and George Washington on floor. Towson's beam lineup is Lauren Bolin, Grace Valancourt, Lauren Keener, Clara Hong, Jenna Weeks, and Sarah Giroux, with Cassidy Stewart and Celia Trotter doing exhibition. And the floor exercise lineup for George Washington is Deanna Sharamita, Annalise Silverman, Kendall Whitman, Marley York, Casey Burke, Deja Chambliss, and exhibition with Peyton Lynch. So Zoe, we have yet to see the Tigers really hit beam this season the way we know they can. What do you want to see from the beam lineup tonight?
I think I just want to see a little bit more confidence. I think this is it's a very confident beam lineup, but if you're watching those top 10 schools, they know they're going to hit before they even finish the skill, and that's what I want to see Towson get to. We're still hovering around that 9.7, 9.75 range, and I think that's the last step because they're sticking their landings, they're making beam routines. It's just that finish and that high quality of gymnastics that I think we're so close to getting to, and hopefully tonight's the night.
I agree. I think it's just that little extra bit of confidence in themselves. And oftentimes early in the season, you're still working on that. And once you get a few meets under your belt, you hit a couple really great routines, then you start to really believe in yourself. And I know Jay and Ashley believe in this team. We are so deep on beam, they could do a different lineup every week if they wanted to. Okay, so we're going to start on beam with the Tigers tonight. And our old faithful, as they like to call her, senior Lauren Bolin, will be the leadoff on beam. You see Coach Ashley giving them words of encouragement. And she has done such an amazing job with this.
She really has.
Beam lineup program event, however you want to say it. And Towson, with previous coaches, has always been historically strong on beam, and it's so great to see Ashley continuing that kind of legacy we have with beamers, as we like to call them. There we go, little fist bump.
Setting up for her series here. Back handspring, layout, step out. Perfect landing on that one. And front toss.
Really nice.
I think that's the best one I've seen her do all season. Nice and easy full turn. Switch leap to a straddle quarter. Gonna set up for her dismount here. Gonna do a back handspring to a gainer full off the side. A little low on her chest on that landing, but she was fighting for that stuck landing.
Stick, yeah. Really, that's probably the best routine I've seen her do this season so far. Super clean. I feel like I saw the confidence that I've seen, from the past 3 years from her come back out a little bit. Will be a deduction on that dismount, just a little bit. Really nice. And on floor for George Washington, Deanna Sharamita. Starts out with a front 1.5 twist. One thing I've always loved about George Washington floor, they usually have beautiful and unique choreography that really fits the personality of the gymnast. 1.5 to a front layout. Some form breaks on that pass there. Oh, she kind of stumbled out of that switch ring into the other jumps. So that will be a deduction. But I love how she just kept going with it. Really unique ending pose there too. I really like that. So next up for the Tigers on beam, Grace Valancourt. Looks like we're just waiting for the judges here.
And this is so hard as a gymnast when you just have to, especially on beam, just having to stand there and wait. Grace is going to start off by doing a standing front tuck.
Oh.
Had to lift her leg, but fought. And that is so difficult to do on the floor, let alone 4 feet off the ground. Beautiful series. Switch leap to switch leap.
Really pretty.
Good full turn. The dreaded full turn, as we like to call it. Setting up for her dismount here. Cartwheel gainer full. A slight hop on that landing, but other than that wobble in the middle, there really wasn't too many deductions.
That was probably about a 2/10 wobble, unfortunately, and I think we're looking at another 9-7. Don't know why we're stuck on these 9-7s on beam this season. Okay, up next on floor, Annalise Silverman. One and a half to a front layout. Double pike. Nice jump series. Nice clean routine. Pretty choreography again. And now we're up next for the Tigers on beam, sophomore Lauren Keener. ready to start here with Lauren Keener.
Setting up for her series here. Back handspring, layout, step out. Beautiful.
It was nice and floaty.
Switch lead to a tuck 3/4. Nice front toss there. She just looks very confident tonight, and I'm really happy to see that. She's attacking every skill she does. Beautiful dismount. That's that stuck landing we've been looking for.
Chest was straight up. Love it. There it is again, replay. No deduction on that landing for sure. GW on floor, this is Kendall Whitman.
And she is a powerhouse. Huge front tumbling.
Oh my gosh. Big step out of that, but wow. Front double full into a front layout. Woo, kept it in bounds. She's just bouncy. That was fun to watch. And she's actually going to do a third tumbling pass. NCAA gymnasts don't need to do 3 passes if they can get everything done in 2 passes in their dance. Finishes with a front double full. That is an E element. Wow. I don't know what else to say. Just wow.
Such a fun routine to watch,
gosh,
too.
I love it. It's interesting that she's third in the lineup. That routine would usually be at the end of most people's lineups. So up next on beam for the Tigers, sophomore Clara Hong. We still don't have any beam scores up yet, so we'll get those to you shortly.
You're going to see such an interesting series here. So she's going to go side aerial, straight into another side aerial. Perfectly
Gorgeous.
done. That does meet the requirements for a series because she continuously moves the entire time. Beautiful jump series there. Switch leap. Hard to tell if that was a split full or a split 3/4, so we'll have to see what the judges give her.
And I think she was aiming for a full. I give it to her, but I'm biased.
Setting up for her dismount here. Another stuck landing. We do seem to have some tight judging on beam tonight, so I don't know if they're going to give it to her. I have also seen head coach Jerry Ramirez start to fill out the paperwork to contest some of those scores. So
I did feel like I saw him running towards the head judge with a piece of paper in his hand. So on floor for George Washington is Marley York. Opens with a triple full. slightly short. She kind of maybe 2 3/4 and bounced the other quarter. But as someone who used to do a triple full myself, I'll give her credit. One and a half front full. Very nice combination. One and a half front layout. Another great routine from George Washington on floor. So back over to beam, we have senior Jenna Wheats. And Jenna has been in the beam lineup since her freshman year. You know, solid performer. Last year even qualifying to the national competition with for beam. She rotated with UCLA. That must have been fun. I can only imagine.
It looks like we are having some judging issues at the moment on beam, so hopefully they can figure that out in a timely manner.
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for scores to even come up on the scoreboard here for us, which is really the only place we can see them. Oh, looks like we're getting them now. A little confusion here.
But one thing I love about Jenna's beam routine is she has so many connections in it. But if she ever misses one of those connections, Jenna has like 4 built-in backup plans in her beam routine. She just pulls things out of her back pocket at any given moment. She thinks on her feet so quick.
Yeah.
Just gonna start off here with the switch leap, immediately to a layout step out. Had a little bit of a stutter step there.
Yeah, landed a little low, a little under rotated. She usually connects that to another jump too.
Beautiful front aerial. Back handspring layout step out. Switch leap to a split jump. Full turn, and Jenna's has been working on a new dismount. So she's gonna do a cartwheel to a gainer full off the side. Just that small step on the landing. We were so close. But you know what? It's only been 2 days since their last competition. I'll cut them a little bit of slack tonight, but I expect those stuck landings back next week.
Yes. GW on floor, I believe this is Casey Berg. Punch front double, a little low on the landing, but wow, that's not easy to do. And if you see that mat out there, we call that a sting mat. That is allowed, there's no deduction. We want to make sure the gymnasts are safe, take every precaution. Double tuck, under rotated that with a little bounce forward. Going for a last pass. Punch front full to front layout. Again, a little stumble on the landing. So she had trouble kind of on all of her landings here. It's a very difficult routine. Should work on cleaning up those landings. And up next is Sarah Giroux.
Give you a little bit of a score update here. It looks like Lauren Bowen went 9-7. Grace Valancourt was a 9.575. Lauren Keener with a 9.7 and Clara Hong with a 9.75.
I mean, I'm not going to tell the judges how to do their job, but somebody should go over there and tell them how to do their job. Those scores are ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Beautiful series. I believe 2 of those beam scores have been talked to the head judge already, so we'll see if any changes happen. We'll let you know. Aerial to a 1.5. Beautiful beam routine.
All right. There were no deductions in that routine.
No.
Now, I'm not saying everyone should get 10s. We're not all Trinity Thomas here, but I'll be interested to see what the judges come up with.
Yeah, it looks like Jenna Weeds went 9.675, so
I don't know what's going on with those judges. Maybe they don't realize. This is NCAA. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't take deductions where you should, but at the same time, you don't need to take deductions where there weren't any either. Deja opens with a beautiful double pike.
I always love watching her on
I
floor.
know.
She always brings so much of her personality out into her routine.
Punch 1.5, front layout. She's such a pretty gymnast to watch, and then on top of it, she has, I mean, not only she has this grace and elegance and personality, but then she has the power to put behind it. And look at the height on those jumps.
And she makes it so effortless,
I know.
too.
Ringing the bell. Going for a last pass. Double tuck. Beautiful. So we have an exhibition for the Tigers on beam. Cassidy Stewart.
And Cassidy has worked so hard at this beam routine, and she wants to break into that lineup so badly.
Cassidy has all the difficulty. In fact, she has one of the most difficult routines. It's a matter of getting that consistency. She's one of the sweetest young ladies I've ever met.
Back handspring, layout, step out, layout, step out.
Oh.
You know, I think she could have fought for that. It just seemed a little bit off on that second layout. And again, this routine will not count towards the team score, but I know Cassie's going to be a little disappointed with that one. Beautiful front toss. But that is a very difficult series to do.
And that's usually where she does struggle, is that series. When she hits it, it's stunningly beautiful. But it looked like after the first layout, her heel was off the beam a little bit, so.
Finished off with a round off 1.5. So not her strongest routine, but again, just getting those numbers in under her belt.
I mean, you can see on her face, she's disappointed in herself. But this is where, you know, this is the test, right? This is what, do you take this and let it bring you down, or do you go back in the gym and fight even harder? And I know Cassidy, she's going to fight even harder. So we have Peyton Lynch on floor as an exhibition for George Washington. Pretty first pass there. Double tuck. Chest was a little low on the landing. She is having a ball out there. I love it.
Love the facial expressions.
Yeah. And that is something the NCAA is kind of pushing this year. They want to see the performance. Bring that energy out. Bring your personality out. And not everybody has to be like super smiley and bubbly. Some people can be dramatic and, you know, a little more serious. But it's nice to see the gymnasts really having fun out there. That was a fun routine.
Very strong rotation across the board for GW.
And we have another exhibition, freshman Celia Trotter. And I was watching Celia during warm-ups. She has a beautiful line, long legs, super straight legs, beautiful toe point. Oh my gosh, that was just a weird slip of her foot.
Very pretty full turn there. Switch leap. Oh. Unfortunately, when you do touch the beam like that, it is another 5/10 deduction. But again, this is her first beam routine in college gymnastics. Yep. Can be very nerve-wracking. I was nervous as a senior, so.
I get nervous now still watching them.
Beautiful side aerial.
And funny enough, I was talking to Jay earlier when I was watching her warm up, and I said, oh man, because her warm up was beautiful. I said, where has this routine been? And he goes, she always falls on her side aerial. It's like she's like, she has this mental block with her side aerial, but she nailed it there tonight, so maybe that's a good thing. Oh, and you can see she's disappointed, but she shouldn't, you know, again, let this motivate you. All right, so I think that does it. We've finished our third rotation, so stay tuned to get scores and watch the final event here on the Towson Sports Network. All right, welcome back to the fourth and final rotation of the Towson Women's Gymnastics Competition here on the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight, joined by Zoe Packard. So we have some updated scores. Towson has maintained a slight lead with a 146.75. George Washington 146.575. The final rotation will feature Towson on floor and George Washington on beam. Towson's floor lineup is Clara Hong, Polina Belanovsky, Paige Casper, Bella Minervini, Carmela Calafati, Amy Stewart, and Jenna Wheats. George Washington on beam will start with Annalise Silverman, Sarah Zoy, Rachel Katz, Deanna Sharamita, Marla York, Deja Shamblis, and Nancy Kiner. So after this third rotation, I'm disappointed about beam, but not the gymnasts themselves, the scores. We'll see if some of these scores change. Coaches can actually do an inquiry on a score to ask why it was scored the way it was. That way they can determine if the judge missed something, maybe missed a connection, downgraded a skill, and sometimes you can get those scores overturned and improved, which I hope would be the case here. I feel like the gymnasts themselves did a great job on beam tonight. Was it their best, 6 routines up there? No, but pretty solid, and the scores are not reflecting that, in my opinion. Zoe, what do you think?
Given everything that happened on beam, and I saw Jay pull the entire team over in a huddle, because as a gymnast, when you see scores like that and you know that you probably did a routine that could have probably gone higher than the score that you give, that can be kind of discouraging, and it really brings the energy down. And now the job of this team is to not let that happen. Unfortunately, gymnastics is a very subjective sport. Yeah. Every judge is going to judge a little bit differently. It's a part of the sport of gymnastics. So now they need to not let that get them down and really attack these floor routines and zone back in on the event in front of them. Forget about beam. We know a 48.625 is not what this team is capable of.
No.
And so now we're moving on. Beam is in the past, and we're ready for some fun floor routines.
There we go. So we have George Washington starting on beam. Sorry for that. A little technical difficulty. Annalise Silverman.
Switch leap to a split jump. Very clean and reach that 180-degree split that we look for during those leaps and those jumps. Beautiful side aerial. And a gainer full stuck landing. So a strong start for GW on beam.
And now that takes us over. Oh, we got a little replay here. There's her dismount again. Really nice stuck landing. And for the Tigers on floor, Clara Hong. Opens with a front double full. Kind of a big step out of it, but I know she's been struggling with that a little bit here and there, so it probably feels good. She's got it on her feet. And that is an E-level skill, so very difficult. Pretty leap jump series. Out half, front full. Going right into her third pass. Beautiful front 1.5. Ken, kind of a big step on that landing. Really pretty routine from Clara. Just needs to clean up those landings a little bit. Is this the first time she's been in the lineup? She's done a couple exhibitions, but first time in the lineup on floor this season. Great job. And on beam for George Washington, we have Sarah Zoe.
Setting up for her series here. Back handspring, layout, step out. Very strong. Switch leap. Nice leap and jump combination there. Setting up for her dismount here. Beautiful round off double full.
That was my dismount. I love seeing that.
Really strong routine there for GW.
And it looks like Clara Hong went 9.8 on floor, and now we have freshman Polina Belanovsky for the Tigers. Front double full, really nice. Paulina is one of those who really gets into her routine. Draws you in just so you can have fun with her. Front through to a front 1.5, gorgeous. Nice extension on that leap series. And finishes with the TU. That was a great routine from the freshman Polina Belanovsky. It's so fun to watch her. I love that routine. And up next for beam for George Washington is Rachel Katz.
Switch leap. A tad short on that first switch leap. I want to see her get all the way to that 180 degree and cut it just a little bit short there. Interesting series there. So she did a back handspring to 2 feet and then did a layout step out. You don't see that very often in the NCAA. Did have a little bit of a knee bend with the layout step out. And again, short there and a little bit short on that split jump as well. So those should be deductions. Very nice routine for GW. Again, just a little bit of those form breaks throughout the routine. We'll have to see what the judges do with that.
And Paulina went 9.825 for the Tigers. And up next for Towson is Paige Casper, senior Paige Casper.
I can't believe Paige is a senior already. Another staple in the floor lineup for the past 4 years.
And Paige is one of those, no matter what, she fights through it. Big double pike. Kept that in bounds, thank goodness.
Knew exactly where that line was.
Front layout from full, really nice. Last pass, double tuck, really nice. Woo! I know she's excited about that routine. Really nice job. Here's a replay of her last pass, double tuck.
Beautiful mount.
Oh, I love that.
And you don't really get any points from that, so the fact that you're taking that risk and showing how elegantly you can do that really shows that this gymnast is very confident in what she can do.
Well, and the strength it takes to do that press handstand and then dropping down. Now, I will say I don't feel like that series connected. It's my opinion. She kind of stumbled a little out of that front aerial into the back handspring. We'll see what the judges think.
A little short on that switch leap half there. Beautiful wolf turn. Those have become very popular in gymnastics.
But you don't see a lot in NCAA do them.
Dismount here, round off 1.5. I don't know if I would give that a stuck landing.
Not a stick. There was definitely a step there. And that was Deanna Sharamita for George Washington. And it looks like Paige Casper went 9.85 on floor, and now we have Bella Minervini. Bell opens with a front layout, front 1.5. Gorgeous. Oh, beautiful double pike. I love seeing these freshmen really perform and just, draw in the crowd, show their personality.
Wow. Beautiful routine.
Replay of her double pike. Amazing. She is so fun to watch.
She really is.
I'm feeling good about these freshmen.
Me too. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to this for the next 4 years with them. So on beam, we have Marley York for George Washington.
Back handspring, back handspring. Oh, come on. So had a pretty significant bubble, but was able to save it.
Yep. That's at least 3/10, I would think.
Front toss.
And if you hear all that in the background, Bellamy Irvini just went 9-9 for Towson on floor.
Such a huge score for a freshman.
I know. She has really started out her career. I don't think she has anything under a 9.85, to be honest.
That's beyond impressive. I don't even have words to quantify how just amazing that is. Another beam routine for GW.
So back on the floor for the Tigers is another freshman, Carmela Calafati. Carmel opens with a front double full into a front pike, although it was almost laid out. Second pass, front 1.5. Back way out into a straddle jump. And a tiger claw. I have seen a change in her from when we did the inter squad meet through to today in the home meet, watching her on TV. She definitely, in the first couple of meets of the season, had that freshman kind of deer in the headlights look about her. Seemed a little unsure. Tonight, I saw a completely different gymnast. Confidence, the excitement, that was a really great routine for her. Her best routine I've seen her do this season.
Having a little bit of a judges conference on beam here.
Oh, surprise. Okay. Up next for George Washington, when the judges are ready, will be Deja Chambliss. I can give you some beam scores. So Silverman for George Washington, 9.8. Zoe, 9.875. Katz, 9.8. Sharamita, 9.7.
At a little bit of a standstill here.
All right, well, it looks like a 9.875 on floor for Carmela. Great score. And we're still waiting on beam. So while we're waiting for the judges to finish and GW to go, you know, I talked earlier about Margie Foster Cunningham, then the head coach at GW going into her 38th season, which is just amazing. They're currently ranked 4th in the Eagle, so right behind Towson. 23rd on vault in the nation, and ranked 36th in the nation overall. They've been pretty consistent so far this season, hanging right around the low 195s. I have a feeling tonight they're going to hit their high score of the season.
Other than that one mistake during the first rotation on bars for them, they've really been pretty strong on all of the other 3 events.
Yeah. And that's why you can't always, you know, you can look at a team on paper, but until you see them in person, you never really know what you're going to get. And GW's always been one of those. Sometimes you look at maybe, oh, well, they got this the last week, and then they come in and they just blow everyone away. So you can never count on that, is my point.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. And another unique mount. I think that really makes a difference, personally. When you're looking to separate a routine, you know, from another routine, sometimes just that little bit of flair makes all the difference. Because as, again, you said, this is subjective.
Beautiful layout step out. Just the smallest bobble, if I'm being really picky. Switch leap to straddle quarter. Back handspring to a double full. Just a little bit short on that landing, and the chest was a little low.
Yeah.
So it should be a deduction, but other than that, in the small bobble on the series, really not much you can take off there.
No, and a routine that was just full of difficulty, unique mount, unique dismount, difficult dismount. And now for the Tigers on floor, senior Amy Stewart.
Amy is another one of those seniors who's been a staple in this floor lineup for the past 4 years now. It's crazy, it's been 4 years.
I know. I mean, to think for the seniors, their freshman year was COVID. I mean, that's just crazy. Beautiful first pass. Nice extension on those leaps and jumps. That's our last pass. Oh! And hangs up the phone on that routine. Gorgeous. That was the best floor rotation they have done all season. I know we're still early in the season, but I really hope that shows them how good that they are on floor. That they have the tumbling, that they have the dance and the performance. Because they really put it all out there tonight. They were going to have to fight for every 10th to hopefully still pull out this meet. And they did everything they needed to do.
And that's what I loved so much about that floor rotation is it could have been so easy to be discouraged after that beam rotation for factors that were not in their control whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
But they didn't let that happen. They reset and went into floor and had a lights out floor rotation.
Yeah, amazing. And we have an exhibition, Nancy Kiner. And we hear some screaming. We've got a 9.925 on floor for Amy Stewart.
Well deserved.
So we've put it all out there tonight on floor. They did their job tonight. And I think that's something they have to remember. All you can do is your routine.
Yep.
You can't control the judges. You can't control the atmosphere or anything else going on. All you can do is go out and do your job. And the Tigers did that tonight.
Beautiful piked front toss there. And GW has shown that they are a very strong team tonight as well.
Oh, good fight there.
I think really across the board in our conference, in the Eagle Conference, I feel like the teams have just really stepped it up over the past few years. It's really exciting to see.
Okay, so the Tigers do have an exhibition on floor. Senior Jenna Wheats. Jenna's actually been in the floor lineup her whole career. She has an amazing routine, so I'm excited to see it tonight.
I just can't help but smile whenever Jenna is doing her floor routine.
Jenna has definitely been one of my favorite gymnasts to watch these past 4 years. Front layout into a 1.5. That's a new pass. I've never seen that pass from her before. And that was a little bit of a moonwalk, I believe, from Ms. Weeds. Oh. Now that was strange because she had plenty of height. It's almost like, I'm not sure what happened there. Again, this was just an exhibition routine. Chance for Jenna to get out there, get some practice on the competition floor.
Really strong from both teams, I have to say. I'm very impressed with Towson and GW tonight.
All right, well, that's a wrap for our second home meet of the season. Stay tuned for the final results here on the Towson Sports Network. Thank you for joining us this evening. So the final results, Towson pulls off the win with a 196.125. George Washington finishes with a 195.55. I think both schools here getting their season highs.
Yep.
Which is amazing. You know, Towson looked so solid tonight on every event. Are there events where we can still make improvements? Yes, and that's a good thing. If we're scoring 196s this early in the season and not even putting up our best, events or best routines on each event, that speaks volumes to me about where this team's going to go. What do you think, Zoe?
Very excited to see where this team continues to grow. I think there's a lot of room for improvement on vault specifically. We're still hovering around those 9.7s, and I would love to start seeing some of those 9.8s in there. And now they have a little bit of an extended break. So they have all of this week, and I think this weekend as well, to get back in the gym, start working on those things, and get back into the grind of being in school again, too.
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. I remember that myself, and that was a long time ago, and I still remember it. But, these ladies, this is what they've been doing in training for. For the freshmen, it can be a little different. But I think we're getting ready to give results here. So we'll let our announcer take over. Okay, not quite ready. Well, I think both teams tonight should be really proud of what they did. Each team had some minor mistakes in areas where I'm sure there's improvement. Coaches will still be playing around with lineups and things like that.
For sure.
But it always feels good to get a win at home, and especially against an Eagle opponent. The reigning Eagle champions right now, which George Washington is. And here we go for your final results.
Our top scores starting on vault with a two-way tie of 9.825 from George Washington, Rachel Katz. And from Towson University, Olga Belanowski. First place in the vault with a 9.875 from George Washington, Deja Chambliss. Next, from the uneven parallel bar. And a two-way tie for third place with a 9.85 from Towson University, Stephen Lacasu. And Lauren Keener. In second place with a 9.875 from George Washington, Libby Garfoot. And in first place on the bar, with a 9.925 from Towson University and Claire Hall. Next with a B, in a three-way tie for second place with a 9.8 from George Washington, Deja Chambliss. Rachel Katz, and Emily Silverman. First place in the B with a 9.875 from George Washington, Sarah Zoyes. Running for the floor exercise. Two-way tie for second place with a 9.9 from George Washington, Deja Chambliss. From Towson University, Bella Marie. First place on the floor this evening with a 9.925 from Towson University, Amy Stewart. In the all-around, in second place with a 38.775 from George Washington, Marley York. And the first place in the all-around
So there you have it, everyone. Again, Towson finishing in first with a season high 196.125. Their next competition will be at CQ Arena on February 10th versus fellow Eagle teams, NC State, Temple, and Pitt. So that'll be a really, really good meet to come to. On behalf of the Towson Sports Network, we thank you for tuning into this evening's event and look forward to having you join us again on February 10th. I'm Tandy Knight along with Zoe Packard. Have a great rest of your week and go Tigers!